How's it going, everyone? We've got quite a lot to talk about in this video. A brand new PlayStation 5 System software update. We'll go over the patch notes for that. And we've got some notable free game updates. Content coming to one of the biggest games of 2025 and one of the more underrated games of 2024. We'll talk those at the end of this video. But right off the bat, Sony has released PlayStation 5 System Update 25.02-11.00 today. This is a very minor update, but they've noted some new changes. We've made it simpler to view details about activities. Activity details are now fully displayed on cards. Potential spoilers will still be hidden. Unicode 16.0 emojis are now supported. You can use them in your messages when you set the parental controls restriction level to late teens or older. Communications and user-generated content will now default to restrict. If you have previously set the level to late teens or older, your previous settings will not be affected, and it will be shown as custom. We've improved system software performance and stability, which is the standard protocol for every single one of these updates, and we've improved the messages and usability on some screens. Remember that this is a brand new update, and this is something that is coming after the new beta program has been announced. If you're not familiar, the new beta program allows users to test out PlayStation 5 and PC features, so that's something you can check out as well. And yeah, you'll be able to sign up for that, but this is a system software update that is rolling out for everyone. If you do want to check out the beta program, you can find that on their official website, and you can sign up. Not everybody is getting in, but they're literally letting you like try out games early. So yeah, this is kind of a unique thing as far as PlayStation is concerned, and doing something this open for the audience. Now, I don't know how many people are getting approved for it. I don't think it's a, 80% of people that are signing up for it are getting approved for it, but you can test your luck, and it would be good if there's some sort of thing they look at with like user tenure. I think that's the best way to do all of these things when we talk about who gets to try out things first, beta access, things of that nature. I just feel like tenure and how many trophies you have, how invested are you, hours played, etc., etc. I've heard that idea be thrown around over and over again, and I just lean towards that way. The update that just dropped today, by the way, 1.3 gigabytes, again, a fairly small update, but go ahead and download that, and those notes are for March the 25th. All right, moving on from that, we've got a couple of game notes and free content coming. Monster Hunter Wilds Free Title Update 1 has gotten a brand new trailer. This update drops on April the 4th. You've got the Mizutsune monster getting added. You've got new hunt and gear, the Grand Hub, Arch-Tempered Raidao, and the Festival of Accord, the Blossom Dance. All of that will be dropping, and the hunt continues in May with another update bringing a collaboration with the Capcom series. It'll be interesting to see what that is, plus other additional features. And in Free Title Update 2 this summer, a long-awaited monster does reemerge. Monster Hunter Wilds has been an absolute staggering release. I knew it was gonna be big. I was of the mindset, and again, this Steam concurrent player count number is one of the most important numbers I feel like we look at these days, just because it's a hard number and it's relative and we can compare it, but it peaked at 1.3 million concurrent players, and yeah, it has fallen off to 236,000 concurrent players a month after release. You know how many games would kill to have a 236,000 concurrent player count number as their peak? Assassin's Creed Shadows just came out and it peaked at 64,000 concurrent players, which isn't a absolutely atrocious number, but it's more so a statement on how big Monster Hunter Wilds was. I was of the mindset that if the game peaked at 700,000, that would be a gigantic success, given that that's double of Monster Hunter Wilds, or excuse me, Monster Hunter Worlds' peak on PC, and the PC did have a delayed release for World, so you had to factor that in, but for the game to have 4x the concurrent player count number of Monster Hunter Worlds, yeah, that was absolute insanity. But great to see Wilds be as successful as it is. As far as content in the game goes, it's exactly what I think fans of Monster Hunter wanted, and it is funny, and I've been having multiple conversations with people about this, of people that played Monster Hunter back in the day. They played Freedom Unite, and I remember being 12, 13 years old, maybe even younger than that. I think Monster Hunter Freedom Unite came out in 2010, so I would have been turning 14, but around that 12 to 14 range. And just looking at Monster Hunter from a box art standpoint, it wasn't even my cup of tea as far as gameplay goes, but just thinking Monster Hunter Freedom Unite in particular had the coolest box art ever, and now to see this franchise just explode in popularity to this degree, it's really, really cool to see. You don't see a lot of franchises be around and be niche for so long, and then with a couple of entries, they just raise their game. It feels like 10, 20x. Like, if you compare Monster Hunter to what it is now versus what it was in 2009, 2010, especially over here in the West, it is legitimately 20 to 30 times bigger of an IP, which, again, for a franchise that's been around for this long, how often can you say that? I guess you could look at something like Persona 5 taking Persona to another level, but man, not to the extent of what Wilds has done with Monster Hunter. And I could see Persona 6 following up on Persona 5 and taking Persona to another new level, but yeah, just seeing it happen with Monster Hunter has been really, really cool when you, again, if you're somebody like me that was a fiend on the PSP, and I get it, other people were exposed to the franchise in other ways, Monster Hunter Tri on the Wii, so on and so forth, but yeah, for me knowing about this franchise for so long, not even being the biggest fan, but just it being really cool that a franchise has gone and exploded like this, that's been around for so long. It almost feels like Monster Hunter for so long was paying its dues, like just proving itself, and now all these years later, like the dues have been paid, and now it's time to reap the rewards for Monster Hunter. Again, I just think it's a cool thing to see. Moving on from that, while that was one of 2025's biggest games, one of 2024's more underrated games was Pacific Drive. While, again, this was a game that I really did appreciate a lot of the aspects to it. I thought the atmosphere was great. I thought the story was fairly compelling. I am not crazy about the survival mechanics and the crafting mechanics, but I do think it's a game that a lot of people should check out, and I think a lot of people will end up really enjoying it. It is getting some more content. The Endless Expedition Spring 2025 update hit the wide open zone in the largest ever update to Pacific Drive. Set off from the garage on new continuous drives between multiple junctions, expeditions, dangerous and filled with their own unique rewards. These challenging trips will test even the most seasoned breacher. New maps, spawning systems, improved tools, and so much more are coming April 3rd, 2025. We've also created a new Suspend Run feature, something that's been requested heavily by the community. That's awesome. Suspend and quit while on a trip mid-junction and return anytime without losing any progress. That is an awesome, awesome addition. There's also new cosmetic rewards for your garage, over an hour of new music on the radio. Sound design-wise, this game is great as well, and even more lore to discover through the fax machine if you've been waiting to take your next big road trip, and now's the time. Pacific Drive is a game that I could totally see getting added to PlayStation Plus Essential or Extra sometime down the line. It has been received fairly well. I don't have a Metacritic score here, but a very positive reception on Steam, 15,000 reviews, 83% positive. I believe it's in the high 70 range on Metacritic. But again, I think visually, atmosphere, those elements, they knocked it out of the park with Pacific Drive. It's just, you know, the survival elements to it I'm not crazy about, but a really cool game, and one that if you get it on sale, I think a lot of you will end up enjoying. But that'll do it for me. Again, a new PlayStation 5 System software update, a smaller update there, but some new updates with that. Monster Hunter Wilds free title update 1 has been detailed and will be dropping April the 4th, and Pacific Drive getting some new content as well with the Endless Expeditions update. That'll be doing it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.